Well, hello and welcome. My name is Misheard with Misheard Song Lyrics Podcast. We are in Season 5, Episode 223, first ever Misheard Song Lyric with Alicia Bridges. The song is I Love the Nightlife. The Misheard Song Lyric is I love the nightlife, I got to boogie on the disco highway, yeah. And the correct lyrics is I love the nightlife, I got to boogie on the disco round, oh yeah. She's actually talking about disco round, not a disco highway, although I would like to be a part of that highway. I would drive it till the cows come home. Anyway, I've wanted to do this. I love this song as a child because it came out in the late 70s. We'll go into that in a bit. But there's also another misheard song lyric within this song. So when she says, I want some action, I thought she was saying at the Shawn. And at that time, Shawn Cassidy was also big back then. He was one of my heartthrob crushes. So I thought, all right, we're going to a disco highway and we're going to see Shawn Cassidy. Count me in. I'm in, but I'm wrong. Anyway, I'm again talking about I Love the Nightlife, and in parentheses, it's called Disco Round. It's a popular disco song recorded by American singer-songwriter Alicia Bridges back in 1978. Yours truly was 6 years old, first grade, but I love it. She was born actually back on July 15th, 1953. Wow, so she's what, 70? Woo! I bet she still looks amazing. She is an American singer-songwriter. She also co-wrote and performed this, what we call international hit, because it was big all over the world back in 1978. Let's talk a little bit about Alicia Bridges first before I go into the song. So she was born in Charlotte, North Carolina, and raised in a small Cleveland County town of Lawndale. Miss Bridges sang from a very young age that I did not know, learning to play the guitar at the age of 10. Then at age 12, she had her own radio program. I mean, that's amazing. It's called the Alicia Bridges Show. It was broadcasted every Saturday on a station called WADA in Shelby, North Carolina. And then from age 13, she's an overachiever, everyone. Bridges fronted bands that performed in local clubs. There's a quote she says here that they were pretty rough places, but these were the only places I could get performing experience. So I had to adjust to that rough environment and to learn to survive in it. Surviving it, she did. Her first recording for the Nashville-based Mega Records with 2 1973 single releases of her original material. She's so talented. And despite the lack of success of these releases, Alicia Bridges came to the attention of a Bill Lowry, who became her manager and then subsidizing Bridges over a roughly 2-year period, is what they say. During this time, she canvassed record labels, or he actually canvassed record labels on her behalf, which led to her singing with Polydor in 1977. I think I had some Polydor records that I had. Did you know, contrary to the impression created by her success with I Love the Nightlife, Bridges was primarily a rhythm and blues or R&B blues singer and love songs. So it says here, I Love the Nightlife has definite backbeat and organ similar to the early 1970s R&B. The original intention for the song was to be an R&B song, but when Bill Lowry first heard the song, he's like, I swear there's a disco potential in it. So a 12-inch single remix was created by a Jim Burgess, ultimately becoming this worldwide club smash. So I wonder if it was left as R&B, it would have been as big as this one. Probably not, because of disco. She's at the right place at the right time. The great thing about this is we'll go in also more detail. I Love the Nightlife has been featured in several movies. Love at First Bite. I love that. I think that was with George Hamilton as Dracula. The Last Days of Disco and The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. In an interview, Bridges also mentioned who are some legends in music that, made an impact on her. One was Elvis Presley. She said, as a singer, originally aroused her interest in rock music, but she's always considered herself an R&B singer. She also cited same people I love, so I love it, Tina Turner, Aretha Franklin, Gladys Knight, and Patti LaBelle as her 1970s influences. She said that she didn't care for white female singers as a rule, with the exceptions being Joni Mitchell and Janis Joplin. So she loves that blues, that belting out, just showing raw emotion in the singing. She complained that white women sounded as though they were sleepwalking through their performances. Interesting. She said, yeah, I jump around a lot when I'm performing, she says. There was also another thing that I didn't know. She had an imposter, so someone pretending to be Alicia Bridges. In 1983, a woman was arrested in Nashville, Tennessee for pretending to be her during a country music convention. Bridges had to drive from her home in Atlanta to give evidence in the case. And she stated that she had been plagued by an imposter for 5 years. That's interesting. Well, where is Alicia Bridges now? So that says here, subsequent to the 1984 release of the second of 2 album releases that were not chart successes, she began working as a disc jockey at Atlanta dance clubs, and she was working at the Ponce de Leon Avenue venue, the Atlanta Eagle, when her disco classic I Love the Nightlife had its 1994 revival due to the inclusion of a soundtrack of the movie, like I mentioned earlier, The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Love that movie. This revival spurred Bridges to perform at retro disco shows for a number of years before retiring to Charlotte, North Carolina. By that 1994 movie, the song gained, of course, renewed interest because of The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. And because of that, it was re-released and found the best success in New Zealand, where it reached number 4 in February of 1995, 12 places higher than its original peak of number 16. That's interesting. The re-release also reached number 5 in Iceland and number 11 in Australia because of its association with the film, and also because Bridges herself is an open lesbian. The song is closely linked with gay culture. It was remixed in this release. I love it. And then there was the formation of Alicia Bridges Music Publications, founded in 2006, and it produced 3 albums. Then in November of 2006, Bridges released a remixed and remastered compilation of her songs titled This Girl Don't Care. In 2007, she released Say It Sister. Her 3rd CD, Faux Diva, was released in 2008 that included a remix of I Love the Nightlife. Currently, Miss Alicia Bridges is in the music community as a producer and DJ. Her works, digital versions of her recordings, and blog and videos can be found on her official websites. And as of 2009, she was also inducted in the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame. So back to the songs. We know now a little bit more about Alicia Bridges, that she's from the U.S., and let's talk about the song. It was released on the first single of her debut album called Alicia Bridges, so self-titled, in 1978, and went to number 2 in the U.S. Billboard, get this, National Disco Action Top 30. Now it's the dance club chart songs for 2 weeks. It became a crossover hit, peaking at number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100, and found worldwide success, reaching number 10 in Australia, Belgium, Canada, and the Netherlands and South Africa, as well as reaching the top 30 in the UK. And then because of the movie Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, a re-release in 1994 allowed the song to reach number 4 in New Zealand and number 5 in Iceland. The song was co-written by Alicia Bridges and Susan Hutchison in 1977 for Bill Lowry, who is the founder of Southern Music. I Love the Nightlife was the first single produced by Steve Buckingham, who was invited to produce the single's parent album entitled Alicia Bridges after he had played guitar in a session by the singer. Bridges and her personal and songwriting partner, Sue Hutchison, had written a song entitled Disco Round, which is the misheard song lyric, because it sounds like to me, Disco Highway, yeah, which at Buckingham's suggestion was recorded as I Love the Nightlife, as Buckingham felt the song was R&B rather than disco. Disco Round was retained as a song subtitle. That's why you'll see it in parentheses. Bridges herself would later admit she had hopes that the song would be received as a Memphis soul number, calling it something Al Green might sing. Maybe. We don't know. Could have. However, club support was a key factor in the success of this track, which became a sleeper top 40 hit, spending 27 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100 with the peak of number 5, and also appearing on several international hit parades as even Billboard's Hits of the World chart. The song was also number 5 in the Record World and Cashbox charts. It also had a crossover hit, even receiving play on even country music stations. The cover of the 1978 self-titled LP features an early skyline picture of Atlanta, Georgia. I have to find that. In 1978, Bridges was a Grammy nominee and was the opening act performing I Love the Nightlife. Bridges' self-titled LP, Alicia Bridges, was also rising in the Billboard, Cashbox, and Record World charts, and the LP remained on the charts for 35 weeks. Both the LP and the single release was international success, like I said, big and all over, including not only the UK, but Germany, Spain, and other European countries. Now, Bridges suggested that Hutchinson, as they write a song with either disco or boogie in the title, after Bridges saw a current top 10 hit featuring several songs with disco or dance-oriented titles. Again, the original title was Disco Round and became the subtitle after they reworked it. However, it's also a disco classic that the song was remembered in August of 26, 1998. MTV Countdown said on the top 54 dance clubs of the disco era, I Love the Nightlife was ranked at number 37. There you go. There is a music video. If you look it up, it shows Alicia Bridges singing in a disco club while people are sitting very prim and proper. They're not even dancing. They're just looking at her. It's a little awkward. I had assumed she was an African-American singer. No, she's this beautiful white woman, striking blonde, platinum hair. It looks like she might be at a German club with a big sign behind her stating, it's saying Music Laden. So I looked up Music Laden, and it's actually called Der Music Laden. It's German for the music shop. And yes, she was at a West German music television program that ran from December 13th, 1972, all the way to November 29th, 1984. And then the show continued in the 1960s B Club under a new name, and it was replaced by Extra Tour. She's seen here strutting her stuff in her leather hot pants, I think, or could be a shorts jumpsuit onesie. She's killing it with some of these high gold high heels. She literally can step out of the outfit and be at any club here in 2023. You got to watch it. And since it's upload in YouTube back on October 13, 2010, so 13 years ago, there's about 2.7 million hits on this. So watch it. So now you know about who Alicia Bridges is, how the song became. It was called Disco Round, which is, of course, the misheard song lyric, which I thought many thought Disco Highway, yeah. And that she had an imposter. Crazy. If you have any great suggestions like this misheard song lyric, please send it to any of our social media sites, or you can just send me an old-fashioned email at misheard, that's MISSHEARD songs @gmail.com. Till then, keep singing the songs wrong. Bye.